Okay. Let us continue. Apollo Justice is attorney. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what SP stands for. From chapter start. Move my mouse out of the fucking way. The attorney? What attorney? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. Court is now in session for... How do I say that? There's a word there that I have to say. Okay, cool. Machi Tobai, Your Honor. The pixie of the Arpeggio. Right, his trial. Court is in session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-okay, Air Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. Ah, my opening statement, yeah? Arpeggio. Arpeggio? Really? Okay. Ooh. I'm not gonna remember that next time I have to read it. I don't know if I'm gonna have to read that again. Arpeggio? No, wait. No, I don't. Oh my god, I'm done. I'm never gonna remember this word. No, actually. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? What? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right?
Arpeggio.
Arpeggio. You'd only be kicking them when they're down. What are you talking about? Actually, I'm gonna go visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son. What is going on? The Chief Justice? His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement. Briefly. You're in luck here, Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. Oh, is this gonna be a short stream? This is gonna end up being way longer than normal, is what's gonna happen. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Latousse, age 35. The global manager for diva songstress La Miroir. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. PSO too. Maybe. The court accepts this into evidence. Latousse's autopsy report added to the court record. That's very good, Wintermute. I feel... damn it! Wait. No, I'm too late. This is too late. But, the cause of death. I hope it's a briefcase. So I recently found out, Great News told me, hey, did you know you can actually redeem channel points on your own? And I'm like, wait, no, I did not know that. So, you know.
Ignorant spoon. Baka.
Yeah, I have infinite. No, I didn't know I had infinite. I thought I couldn't do any of them. And then I realized, oh, fuck. No, I know it's not an 8. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck off. Yeah, no, I realized afterwards. But I also hadn't used... I want to redeem the fucking finger guns to be able to do finger guns and finger guns back. But I don't know if I can, if you can you can't flip bit rewards. Actually, no, wait, is that a bit reward? Yeah, it is. I don't think you can flip those. Fuck off, spoons. Not falling for everything. I'm not that gullible. Okay. You can't flip bit reward ones. Yeah, it's too bad. I guess I could re-upload that. I don't know. I've recently found out that I have 2 more bit emote slots that I need to commission emotes for, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. I wanted to do one of me doing objection, right? And then I wanted like a creepy looking like one as well, but I haven't finalized anything. I'm not getting one that's a spoon. Fuck off. That's not my branding. I'm gonna get sued for that. 45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. Damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's conditions could have been much worse, considering. Two shots were fired. One shot missed. The other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this evidence. Diagram added to the court record. If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently. Weapons that size have a powerful kickback. Not according to our resident gun expert, Barry Carey. Oh, hey, Mareep! Yeah, no problem. I just stopped by, like, I just had it up and I kept stopping by randomly and checking it out. But, yeah, no problem. I didn't really get a chance to interact with anything, but, yeah. I need to talk, to my artist about my emotes. I have bit emotes, tier 1s, and sub badges. I have to fix my sub badge images because I never added a 2-month one, which really fucks my shit up, by the way. Like, for something that is progression based, throwing in a 2-month badge in that like slot is fucking rude. But I need to set that up, so I have to change all the sub badges slightly. Yeah, they added a 2-month one, so it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. I need to add one more. Yeah. So, and then once I don't think I get a 2-year sub badge unless I'm partner possibly or something. Yeah, you might need to redo yours too. Yeah, there's a 2-month one, but I think it doesn't, if you don't have a 2-month badge uploaded, it just uses the 1-month one. How do I trick Great Newtons? You don't announce that you're tricking him on a public forum. You might be safe. I don't think he's listening. Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. That's not true. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage, in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, There were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet the witnesses entered the room. It was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible. Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobai. Only this defendant could have committed the crime? But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. Very well. I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand. Anyway, hey, Mareep, how was your stream, by the way? You were playing Pokemon, correct? Can we actually get a shout out for Sleepy Mareep? We have a mod. Also, yeah, if only you could delete your own comments from chat as a mod. Yeah, Thank you. Please go check out Sleepy Mareep. He's pretty cool. Sorry, I was quiet there for a minute. No, it's okay. It's okay. I hope you got it out of your eye. That is actually the fucking worst thing. Okay. Your name and profession, please. Emma Skye. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder. Why did they put Emma on security? Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know. I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. I need to train a bunch off stream. I'm like 10 plus levels underleveled for the Elite Four. Gotta do some grinding. Did I play Heart Gold and Soul Silver? I don't know if I did. I played Silver. I don't know if I played... I love Gen 2, but it's the grindiest Pokemon game ever. Yeah, did I finish... I finished Silver, but then there was, like, the part... I don't know if that counts as finishing, because there was, like... I remember afterwards you could go back to, like, the original... Was it Johto region? And... I don't know if that... Like, I never finished past that point. And then I never finished another Pokemon game until Sword and Shield came out. Which is fucked up. Oh, Kanto. Sorry, Kanto's Generation 1, yeah. I never did that part. I got to the end of the first part of the game. Johto is the second area. You may give the court your testimony, if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Alright, here we go. Murderous circumstances. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. It was lucky that a detective was was the first on that scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, definitely only the door and not the vent with the ladder underneath it. Nuh-uh. Yeah, pretty much. Then I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Hold it! Hold it! The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was a detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day, at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys. That whole morning. No! The whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Love, slow acting and new. Atraquinine is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor, adrift on the sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see. I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands? Please, the testimony. I don't usually mind grinding in games, but in Soul Silver, it's so slow. I like to think I'm not terrible at Pokemon, but I have one person that occasionally comes into my stream to judge me for my Pokemon team and choices, and it's getting old. Yeah, that fucking sucks. I fucking hate that shit. I don't fucking stand for that anymore. I used to just be like, yeah, whatever, okay, cool. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll listen to your suggestion. And not do it, but now I just don't even fucking entertain it anymore. I'm just done. This is my stream. Do not fucking tell me how to play my game. I'm taking my normal / flying type Noctowl all the way through the elite floor to spite them a little. That's great. Use a shield. Fuck you, Spoons. Get fucked. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. Hold it! Hold, please hold. Hold it! Hold it! We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Fräulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. So no other outsiders were there then. And then? It's an honor to have me representing your channel officially. As a shield. Great. the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. Hold it! I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos. Hey, no snacking in court. And you're sure the shots came from Lemiroir's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Katonk. Thanks. So, how about it, Emma? We were right. They're hard to be mistaken about that. I wish I had food to snack on as I was reading this. Please, either talk or eat, not both at the same time. She's snacking on, like, chocolate Cheetos is what I think it is. It seems like it's... I know they're chocolate flavored, and they crunch. So they're, like, chocolate... They look like Cheetos. I think they're, like, chocolate Cheetos. I have no idea. So after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. Hold it! Hold it! Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? How old are you, Judge? What the fucking shit? That's right, when we went into the dressing room, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. They piped sound from the stage into the backstage through the speakers. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gavineers with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. You could hear that music playing? Then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. Chocolate-covered crisp rice, like a Crunch Bar, but smaller pieces. I hate Crunch. I don't like Crunch Bars. They're like low-tier candy bar for me. It looks like a hot dog. Bunch of Crunch? I've never heard of that. Oh, snackoos are actually, okay, based on the traditional Japanese treat of Parinto, which is a sweet, deep-fried, yeast-based snack often drenched in a sugar syrup. Interesting, okay. Huh, Crunch Bar bites, okay. Yeah, I don't... let me look at this. Huh. I would not like those then. Fuck Crunch Bar. Oh, this tea is so good. Okay. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. Hold it! Hold it! How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent. But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. Oh, fuck. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant? The pixie of... Motherfucker! I didn't think I'd have to fucking say that word again! The pixie of the arpeggio flitted the pixie fucking... I'm starting this from the beginning.
Arpeggio.
The pixie of the arpeggio.
Baka.
The pixie of the arpeggio flitted up towards the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh? There was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Hair Forehead. And there's another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened. Wait, what? And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobaya's fingerprints. What? What? Order! 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 That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Hair Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Ugh. Only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience. So this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. Okay. Hold on. Chat. Hey there, Kid Boo. How's it going? Oh, those are new emote modifications. Interesting. Unicorn. Unicorn crime. My horn's coming off of my head the wrong way, though. Let me click this Wikipedia link. Oh, yep. It looks like sausages. Snackers look like sausages. Found a good image. That is a good image. Blessed. Yeah, she did say whooping it. Whooping it. Whoop. Whoop. I guess, did I say? I didn't put enough expression into it. I should have been like, whoop. Okay. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I don't know what game. I've never heard of that game. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit. I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. Can't be over already. Very well. I believe this trial is finished. Okay, we're packing up, going home, guys. 45 minutes later. If the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecution has presented our proof, clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Aha! Apollo! They've got us on the ropes already! We'd better come up with something quick. I know. Think, what can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove that Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that, Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you'd better tell us about it now. This is it, and so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof? Oh no. Can we call, like, Lemirwa? Why hasn't anyone talked to her? I'm gonna try that. Call witness. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song. Atroquinine, my love. There he goes again! That's too bad, because there was a witness. Oh ho, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge that the prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? This is a flashback, by the way. For anyone who doesn't realize this is a flashback. Call the panties their magical right. They'll solve the case. Uh-huh, definitely. Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help's on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is what Hair Forehead says, he said. That's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. Objection! But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear, contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution, I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. There's no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. I'm gonna go with her. Take that! Hey there, crazy old gamer. How you doing? How's your night going? Do we get to do take that right now? Oh, hell yeah. Take that! The fuck? Take that! Lemirwa. Recall Mr. Latouche's last words. The witness is Siren. I can do it on the soundboard too. I do have that on my stream deck. The siren. He meant the siren. That's right. The siren of the ballad. Lemirwa. Lemirwa was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, my claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lemirwa to the witness stand. Lemirwa would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today, we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. Shit. Ooh, let me just take a sip of this tea. My throat is bothering me trying to do that judge voice. my voice does not go that low. Ugh. I sent you a video to clip the Kool-Aid man from in after stream. It'll be clean enough. Oh? Great News did research about this before, and he said the only one that I should use is the Family Guy one, because it's the cleanest one. And I kind of agree, because he's wrong. Oh, you found a better one? I actually have to go and clip it, though? Oh, I have to use audio editing software? Fuck. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English? Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. There's much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I, too, thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lemirwa suffers from amnesia. Amnesia? Lemirwa is not my true name, yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing at the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought! As lauded singer Lemirwa, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. I almost read that as pasta, and then I was like, what is wrong with you? I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lemirwa. Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I'm being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lemirwa, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet, that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo, you're the bad guy. Duh. Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. That oh yeah has bells in it. And Lil Jon. Oh. Is it just a fucking Lil Jon video where he's saying oh yeah? And not a Kool-Aid Man clip? Oh, and the cool. Okay, great. Okay, what I saw. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat. And refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Wow, you just got badder, Apollo. Way to go. Ugh. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lemirwa wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. The Kool-Aid Man is there and does the line. Okay, well, I guess I'll check this out after. I actually think I know what this is. I think I've seen this video. Wasn't there, like... I feel like I might have seen this video before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have shown me this video, yes. Okay. As for what I saw nothing. Hold it! Hold it! But you must have seen something. Next time on Metroid Crime Ball Z, we see Metroid Crime once again stoned as all fuck. Find out today if she is still stoned. Very good. How are you doing today, Sean? I am definitely stoned. I didn't smoke that much before this stream. I smoked a bunch earlier, but then I took a nap. But yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Mr. Latouche named you. Mr. Latouche? How can I tell you what I don't know? Lemirwa, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night... Doing amazing, working my ass off on this sponsorship, trying to get them to notice me. Oh, yeah? How, which sponsorship I'm trying to get? And also, how is it going? Body armor, energy drink. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I wanna... I always jokingly say, like, I want, like, Red Bull to sponsor me or, like, Wendy's or whatever, but I've not actually looked into what it takes to get sponsorships and stuff. That's really awesome that you're doing that. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. Hold it! Hold it! It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice. Hair Judge. What's this? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy. Apparently, his grandson is a big fan. Let us continue, shall we? If you would, Lemirwa. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. Your personality's better than mine. They would sponsor you in a heartbeat. I don't know about that, Sean. I don't know about that. A judge is half judge, half beard. Yeah. All senile. That man is not fit to be a judge. I've played so many of these games, and that man is not fit to be a judge, like, at all. I did not return backstage after the second set, and I think this is a lie. I'm gonna press this. Hold it! Because, I'm pretty sure she dropped her brooch in between sets. Because we saw it. So I'm gonna maybe present the brooch on that, depending on what she says here. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing. And was Machi with you at the time? Unfortunately, I do not know where he was. So much for an alibi for Machi. Hold on. I think this is what we have to do. Objection! Objection! No, why? Objection! Are you serious right now? Objection! Very good voice detection there. I'm sorry, Lemirwa, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lemirwa's. She was wearing it for her song. If you play the sound, will the mic pick it up? No. No, it won't. It's only this input right here that I have set for my microphone. Right here. Hi, microphone's right here. That's what I was pointing to. Care to add that to your testimony? To the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Lemirwa, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. What is the meaning of this? Lemirwa, please explain. Lemirwa? She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not going to work here. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Oh, is she talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? And then we fucking took off! Oh, no, wait, it's this part. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. I have a feeling I'm gonna be reading this scene like 1,000,000 times. Help is on the way. The witness is Siren. Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Yipes, Emma? What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So, was this when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Hair forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in at the crime scene. If I get approved by body armor, you want me to put a good word in? Yeah, sure. I didn't realize body armor made an energy drink? Huh. Huh. Interesting. Way more healthy than Red Bull and Monster. That sounds like a good thing, because Red Bull has so much fucking sugar in it. Probably only sold in the States. Yeah, I'm actually wondering that as well. Because I've never seen it. I don't know how new it is, though, and I haven't been to a grocery store in 3 months, so... Hey there, Darkened Sun. How's it going? It's roughly a year old. It's very new. Ah, got it. Okay. So she looked in at the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go to the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Hair forehead shouting, "Who's there?" no doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh. I closed the door immediately. Doing pretty good. How are you doing? I'm doing also pretty good. Pretty good. I took a nap before. I thought I was like exhausted earlier today, but then I took a nap. Even though it was like a 20-minute nap, it was like really all I needed. I feel so much better. Gonna send you this for your birthday? Oh, yeah? Oh, no, wait, what kind of sweetener does this have in it? Oh, no, wait. No, it says pure cane sugar. Oh, natural flavors and sweeteners. Okay, you know what? Actually, that is something that bothers me. Like, I fucking can't stand, artificial sweeteners. They make me, like, nauseous. And so, like, a lot of, like, protein powders that I try have, like, stevia in them. And I know stevia is also a natural sugar, but stevia is also a thing that bothers me. I can't stand stevia. Ugh. Oh, sale in the US. Yeah, so I'm assuming they probably don't have it here yet, but that's good. That's good to know. It's good to know that there's, like, actual, like, real sugar in it, because that makes me more likely to actually drink it. Oh yeah, no problem. I keep stopping at strategic points in the game to interact with chat. Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemirwa, you did look into the room, though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. When my performance was finished, I went backstage just for a moment. Okay. When my performance was finished, I went backstage just for a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Lutus's body was behind a wall? Is that true? Do I have the map? Lyric sheet. I don't think I have a map of this room, but I also am unsure about... Oh, yeah, I do have a map. Yeah, I guess. That's right. I was gonna call her out for that. Hold it! Hold it! If she was at the door, then how did she know he was behind the wall? Because she just told... Wait, okay. Apollo has the same questions I do. Let's see. A wall? Was there a wall there? Random characters. Is what in English? A division or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room divided into two halves. Oh, it is a partition. Yeah. And the murder took place in the inside half. I guess that partition might have hidden the body. Hold it! Hold it! No, wait, this is the thing I just did. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. I wanted to use my bracelet. Give me a second. Oh, God! We have to sit through this again. Yeah, hold on. This looks fishy to me. We're tripping out. Where's her hands? Can I not see? Oh. It must be something with her face. Maybe her eyes twitch or something? Yeah, that was it. Okay, hold on. Let's hear it again. I'm pretty sure that was it. Gotcha.
Gotcha!
The late Mr. Latouse's body, you say? Yes? You know something more about Mr. Latouse's death than you're saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. I can see through fucking time, bitch! It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latouse have to be shot? One moment, Lamirwa. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latouce have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something, I knew it. Lamirwa, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Huh? How could that be? Take this. Lamirwa contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it. Oh, do I? Oh, wait, okay, yeah, no, it is the fact that she didn't know there was a body, right? Take that!
Take that!
I assumed she was talking about the body because Apollo mentioned it, but maybe we didn't mention it, so now she's... okay. Whatever. Totally holds up in court. Absolutely. Tell me, Lamirwa, how did you know that he had been shot? Well, I... Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court. No one told me anything about the incident. So my shoulder's at 85% healed. I can move my arm without it hurting. Oh my god! Kid Boo, that is fucking amazing. That is amazing. That is really good. I assume the physio has been worth it then. Seems like the physio is helping. That's really awesome. Yeah, that's a huge thing. Congratulations. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouce had been shot. How could you have known? Yeah! What the fucking noise is that? How was I supposed to say that? Lamirwa, you aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. And now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so.
Spooky.
How?
Ye work.
Ye work. Ye. LSD wore off. How'd they predict that people would be wearing masks? I assume she's wearing a mask to hide her identity here, is what... There's something's going on in this story. I think it's a disguise thing. I saw the bullet holes in the wall. How did you see the bullet holes in the wall? Hold it! Hold Motherfucker! Please, hold it!
Hold it!
Only a glimpse, yet you knew there were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. It's one of the twins from the Phoenix Wright series. No, I hope not. I have seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lemirwa someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. Their studios have a different sound, you know. Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour, too. Okay, hold on. Should we present the map?
SSGKOU003. Is Apollo tripping out on those magic mushrooms again?
Yeah, he was. How's this game going? This game's going great. I love this game. I am actually enjoying this game a lot more now I'm playing it again. This story is the thing I want them to resolve in the Ace Attorney lore 3 games later and still no closure. Yeah, I have very, very vague memories of this game. I thought that something happened in Spirit of Justice. You make me want to try this series, looking for a Switch game. Resident Evil 2's not on Switch. No, I don't think so. I don't think Resident Evil 2 Remake's on Switch. The Ace Attorney trilogy is pretty good. I think it's worth playing. It's one of my favorites, and it's 3 games worth of story. Oh, it's on sale too. Okay, yeah. I really like this series. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we have to present this, so... Objection!
Objection!
Have you heard of Celeste? Is it a hidden it's a hidden gem? I fucking love Celeste so much. Oh shit, I missed a line of dialogue there. But lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once? No. Observe the diagram. Lemirwa, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on. Huh? You see, assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. York! That's some fucking, like, Scooby-Doo ass shit. Lemirwa. Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you what it is that I saw? Yes! How many times do we need to ask you to tell the truth in court? Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded, and I'm certain it will be on the news in Borginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemirwa. Very well. Lemirwa, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. Ooh, okay. Water. Actually, I might need to take a quick break to grab some more water because I'm gonna finish this glass. Okay. I will be right back. Like, no more than like 3 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to put lip chap on though right before I realized as I went to go hit the button. Okay. I also realized my lipstick is like bleeding at the top, but I don't think it's visible on camera, so I'm just gonna stick with it. It's fine. I love Right, but I really like Apollo, especially in the later games. Yes, I hated Apollo Justice in this game. I fucking hated him in this game. He fucking sucks. Dual Destinies, though, and then Spirit of Justice, I feel like completely redeemed him. Yeah. I gave him too much hate because he wasn't Phoenix Wright in this game, I think, the first time I played. Yes, we need more Athena. I fucking love Athena so much. We need an Athena game. Okay. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage. Fucking, I can't read. I love how I come back. I've been reading for like an hour, and then I come back and flub every single word. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person, you say? This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Hair Forehead. Very well, Hair. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lemirwa. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Hey there, Plum! How's it going? I have to sneeze. Okay. Muted my mic just in time. Wondering why I'm still awake. Yeah, it's, what is it? 5:20 there? 4:20? It is indeed, yeah. Wait, what? What'd you hear? I thought I muted before I sneezed, did I not? Shit. Okay. What I saw too. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Hold on. I think, there was something... Should I press all of these? Should I bother pressing all of these? I think I know exactly what I have to do here, so give me a second, because I'm pretty sure it's... How exactly... did a grown person get away with her being at the door? Hold it!
Hold it!
That wasn't a cute sneeze, that was the start of a serious sneeze. It was the start of a serious sneeze. It pretty much sounded the same, though. No one heard it, though. I muted myself. I think I did. Now I'm not sure. Okay. A grown person. That's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking. I know. We heard, okay. Great News is in the middle of a D&D game right now. I don't know if he heard me. Certainly. You could at least, see whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man, a young man. And you're sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice? But wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? She has photographic memory. Yes. Also, did I almost read that as pornographic? It's contradictory. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lemirwa's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Hair Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lemirwa has to be lying. I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Hair Forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What next? What's he talking about? Lemirwa, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad. And lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean? Apollo, what's he talking about? How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I'm sure. No, there was music. Oh, yeah, there was music blasting at fucking very loud volumes. Lemirwa, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. So you say. And the victim named her as the siren. And the victim named her, the siren, as the witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche... We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Herr Judge. Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. Good, okay, cool. I'm glad we just spent the last hour and a half questioning her, only to throw her testimony out. But if Lemirwa can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Danke. Now, where were we? Yes, I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again. Wait! Let me hear Lemirwa's testimony one last time. But the cross-examination is already over. Until such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. Okay. Yeah, dang indeed. At last, back to the real trial. Ready, Hair Forehead? I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fräulein Detective, how far have we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Sky. I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latouche's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Yes. There was only one door in the room, and a witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for a killer is the defendant. A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh? What's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again? Hey! That's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. She's right. Why did Mr. Latouche's body disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation, hair judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough. You get a nose for things. The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Fräulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lemirwa's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. And Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Damn, Emma. Lemirwa's song? Yes, the guitar's Serenade. You noticed its code, too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics of our song. First, the keys my heart held onto so tightly were stolen. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latusse's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs an explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad! It's like a story out of some fairy tale. Yeah, they keep mentioning that, don't they? I admit, I'd forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were. Hey! You know, I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. I'm surprised the judge isn't dead yet. Very old. Was obviously a fan. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like it's not anyone we know right now, maybe. There's also that man who is a stand in the golden outfit. Who we haven't heard much from. This will definitely not be the first day of this trial, the only day of this trial. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Hair Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance, let's get on to the next. The cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm gonna be doing much singing. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. Hold it!
Hold it!
Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics? I didn't believe it myself, but it can't just be a coincidence. It is as Fräulein Detective says. Let us begin with the first verse. If you would, Fräulein Detective. What? You want me to sing it? You are the witness, yeah? Or did you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as vocalist is not trivial. Fine, fine! Let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we? When you stole away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. Indeed, my favorite heart-shaped keyring was stolen that morning. Next, we go to the right page of the lyric sheet, where we find, burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away. As we know, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Mr. Latusse's life was taken by a bullet. Bravo, Fräulein Detective, you're singing. It's not bad. Now for the finale. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latousse was found with a guitar, high in the sky, over the stage. Thanks for the recap. No series of coincidences could be so well conceived. He's right, scientifically speaking. What would Waki have said? That concert was whack. It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter? He moved the body to match Lemirwa's song. It was a weird throwback to Walkie. Okay. He moved the body to match Lemirwa's song. Hold it! Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. A deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason. And worse if he had none. This kid is 14? Okay. The Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this just on a whim. Or on just a whim. Fräulein Detective, I take offense at that description. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say. Yes, this crime was planned for sure. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. Hold it!
Hold it!
But Mr. Latouche spoke English. He may have come to this country before. I looked into that, I assure you. Oh? It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own. Great. You see, no one here had a motive to kill him, and certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. It does seem difficult to imagine. Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt. What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song? I'm glad we pressed this. I was gonna skip ahead over all this. But there's some good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff with Emma going at Clavier. And he fucking deserves it. Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. They're even in my textbook at school. And I'd never heard of them. What does that say about me? I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. And Machi practically left his signature at the scene. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. Bullet holes? Okay, the revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. And that means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Oh... The witness, or the person who they think is the killer, is blind, so this doesn't bode well for us. Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. Yeah, here we go. No! You can't be serious. Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed? It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me. The monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think justice. What do I do now? We're gonna raise an objection. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. I don't like that dude with the beard. He looks judgmental. Very good, Plum. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobai, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. Yeah, we just fucked ourselves there. A convincing argument, to be sure. Haha, take that, smug prosecution. Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim. Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Fuck. Cripes! I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts of the matter on the record. If you would, Fräulein Detective. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. Right. From the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. Do we have picture of crime scene? Yeah, we do. Hold on. Let's press this. Hold it!
Hold it!
You can't say he was blind just because of those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. And I wouldn't call it proof, per se. Yeah, their shot also... My other thing... Okay, so the other thing that I am mean about is the fact that if the killer was blind... Like, this looks like... I can't tell if this is art asset or... It's probably related, but the fact that this thing that they wrote down is smudged out, I'm not sure how someone who is blind could, one, know that they wrote it, and two, smudge it out. But I don't know if that's just the art, or if that's part of the game. If I am unsure. It was a very long D&D game. Hello, welcome. Welcome, Great Newtons. I wouldn't call it proof per se. Huh? You've merely raised a possibility. Fräulein Detective had made a most logical conjecture based upon the evidence. Of course, there is more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent. But wait, if he was blind, how would he know about the air vent in the first place? Ah, a very good point. Well, Fräulein Detective, if you would care to explain. He certainly seems sure of himself. Recall the crime scene, if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. As it happened, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi Tobai. He would have known that there would have been a way out at the top of that stepladder. But that's... Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You could have figured it out for yourself. You only needed to consider what the stepladder was doing there. Looks like the defense's objection has been squished by a stepladder. Fuck! Got owned by ladders! Well, hair forehead. Out of ammunition, perhaps? I've never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive.
Went or mute.
Maybe he's caught
Or
the
was
scent
it a
of
ladder?
blood? Or what? Yeah, was it a ladder or a step ladder? Apollo, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need? We need something to prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place. Yeah, thanks, Trucy. I already know! Okay. Proving the shooter was sighted would do it. That would take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence that can prove that, though? Yes, I do, actually. I've got just the thing. I hope. I hope. Fingers crossed here. Fine, I accept the prosecution's challenge. As I knew you would, hair forehead. What exactly am I up against here? The prosecution is saying the shooter missed because he or she couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it. The defense will please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Okay. I hope this is it. Let's present the crime photo. Take that!
Take that!
Hell yeah! We got the good music! We did it! This is that evidence! The photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. But this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your fingers out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... this fucking shit.
Take that!
Oh, I don't know if this is it. The contradiction is right here. Oh, yeah. The smeared blood stains. I was right. I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something? Aha! I get it! At least, I think I get it. Get what, Fräulein? When Mr. Latouche was shot, he was trying to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat! I just wish it hadn't been all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say? About what? So, the prosecution accepts this? You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Oh, wait. Shit. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Oh! Yet, the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? Oh. Oh. May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi Tobayai, was blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible! Order, order, order! Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet, up until now, it seems I owe the court an apology. Huh? The Gaviniers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. Fuck the police! During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. Not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't?
Wintermute.
And he's about to
Inconceivable.
tell us. I've got an idea. Let's rock. With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Fräulein detective. If I may. What? Tell me. Why do you think that Machitobai is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lemirwa lead him by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machitobai. According to this, Machitobai can see perfectly well. What? Oh, goodbye, Plum! Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful night. Get some good sleep. See you around. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well.
Objection!
Where did I get the information he was blind from? But you said... What did I say exactly? Hair forehead. Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fräulein Detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider. Machitobai sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Hair Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. Oh, how's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Ugh. This is where the real fun begins, Hair Forehead. Oh! Okay. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize. Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering. Now. Whatever. I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it fucking kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Ugh, don't say that. What? This blood stain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Yes. Have we done those tests yet? Huh. As if I'm going to tell you. The blood stains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. So someone did hear you sneeze. Yes. Yes. It was a very loud sneeze. Right. Go for it, Apollo. Huh? I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Maybe in a previous Ace Attorney game? Yes, I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it! Let's spray that shit. Right? Ready. It's easy as pie. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try. That fucking rhymed. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking! Let's do this. Wait, more? Oh, no, okay. What? Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science! It says IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is. If the killer was a robot. Haha, I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Fräulein Detective. Rock on. Huh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Sharkman, Sharkman, Sharkman. Darian, you heard what we need. You can go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi Tobai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That could be a possibility. A possibility, yes. One that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? Does Sharkman have Gumbus 2000's hair? Yes. Yes, he does. He also, he's basically, he has a stand. Like, that man definitely has a stand. Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobai. What are you talking about? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobai pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? Is it part of the song? I actually don't know what the answer to this is. I mean, I assume it's because of, for some reason, it's because of her. She has amnesia. Do I? Oh, I'm gonna hit. Can I present? I still can't present profiles in this game. In the later games, like in the next game, you can present people, which actually makes it like so much harder because you have so many more options at that point. I wonder if I can just, hold on. I do have this postcard though, that has her on it. I was wondering, she is the sightseeing musician. Is this a this might be a publicity thing. This might be a thing where because she's the sightseeing musician. I'm gonna try this. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means, no, it couldn't be. Good show, hair forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Ugh, why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well. Look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. Like, do I have anything else? I don't really have anything else. I'm gonna attempt this. Take that!
Take that!
The music changed. That is Lamirwa. Lamirwa and Machi Tobai recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamirwa and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting go. All times. Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Really? Yeah, okay. Really. It was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamirwa. What's this? So you mean to say that Lamirwa she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lamirwa is blind. What? Order! 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 This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Yet I see it as not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamirwa herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me. I have no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lamirwa. Well... Lamirwa, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are? Yes. As I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lamirwa. Know, too, that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamirwa. I see. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial, Hair Forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lamirwa, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. Lamirwa's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted it in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But this is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would... She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay. Okay, so we don't want to be fucking around and pressing every single statement. Okay. There was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this, so silly as it may sound, I had to pretend that I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Hold it!
Hold it!
When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what's bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help's on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is... Siren. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what?
Objection!
Objection! Hey there, Touch. How's it going? How's your night? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness. Siren? It good? Nice. Nice. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our own defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not what I refer to. Not to what I refer. I mean, what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Oh! That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Hair Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Oh. It's good. How are you? How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. My throat is getting sore from doing voice acting, but I'm pretty sure we're almost over with this. I drank an entire, like, thing of tea before, because I find that helps with my throat a lot when I'm doing these, like, long reading streams. Okay. Order! Order! Recall Lemirwa's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. Throat exercises. Yes. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That's not the most important point here. Hmm? The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor! What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here? We have the results back from the investigation? The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards. Detective Crescent, your report, please. This fucking guy. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe him away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent. So him being Lemirwa's manager was just a cover? Most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. And the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you'd think. Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Interpol has large... ... revolvers. Revolvers. Wait! Lemirwa, is something the matter? That voice just now. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I'm sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired? It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of a joke? What? No way. Sharkman, Sharkman, Sharkman. The The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state that the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lemirwa fingering Darian Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lemirwa heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey! No wimping out now, Apollo! To be continued. Shouldn't the big guitarist be doing the fingering? Yes. That shocked look of Apollo is so off art. Okay, well, let's save. Let us save state. Actually, hold on, let it continue. Finish saving. And save state. There we go. You need the Law and Order dun-dun noise for these games. Yes. If you post that in the after stream chat to tell me to look for that sound effect, or better yet, if you have access to that sound effect, I will add it to the channel point redemptions. Okay. Very good. That is it for today.